Hello, I'm Jess, and this is Jess in the Pacific Northwest, here to share with you my weight loss journey to lose 150 pounds with the help of Mounjaro. This week was my third week on the 10 milligram and is my 11th week overall because I skipped the 7.5 milligram and jumped straight to 10 milligram. So I'm just gonna jump into the meat of things. This week I switched it up a little bit because of the horrible side effects that I had last week, and I injected in my thigh. I was super nervous to inject in my thigh because I heard that it stings a little bit more, and I just do not like shots at all. But with the horrible side effects that I had last week, I was willing to try it. So I did inject in my thigh. It did sting quite a bit. The difference in side effects that I had this week compared to last week was night and day. It was so much better. 2 days after the injection, I still did get some sulfur burps. I still did have a few little issues with, I wouldn't really say diarrhea, but maybe definitely some looser bowel movements. But it was just so much better. I am so glad that I decided to inject in the thigh. I've heard from the different Facebook groups and other YouTube channels, people that inject in the thigh have an easier time with the side effects. But then the reason that I've never particularly done it is because I've also heard that it can have a reduced appetite suppression, and it did have reduced appetite suppression, which I wasn't worried about because the appetite suppression last week was really even making it difficult to eat at all. Overall, this week I had a much better week, and I was really happy with the results. The results from all of that was that I lost 3.8 pounds, which brings me down to a total of 35.6 pounds lost.
Damn, girl. Yes.
Yeah, it is so amazing to me. I don't really think that other people are noticing yet, but I'm definitely starting to notice. For instance, the clothing sizes, I have dropped a size in my tops. When I started my journey at 325 pounds, I was wearing a 4X on top. I carry my weight a lot in the top and then not so much in my booty, thighs, and legs. I am now officially down to a 3X in the tops. As far as the bottoms, I was a solid 22 on the bottom. I hadn't gone up to any 24s, although some of my 22s were fitting pretty snug. Anyway, it's getting to the point where I need to start going through my closet. My first gut reaction is to put the stuff away, but I am not going to do that. I am going to get rid of it. By get rid of it, I mean probably donate it. So yeah, I'm just really excited. I want to share with you the top 10 things that have helped me through my Mounjaro journey this first 3 months. I do want to note that none of this stuff is sponsored. No one is asking me to share this with you. This is just from my personal experience. I'm also not saying that everyone that is on a weight loss or Mounjaro journey should be using these items. They have definitely helped me, and I wanted to share. Maybe they will help you as well. It's a prebiotic fiber supplement. This is just the Costco Kirkland brand that is comparable to the Benefiber. I mix this into my coffee every single morning, and it has been really helpful and just helping to keep me regular. And then the second thing is a probiotic. So this is the one that I am using. I actually found a recommendation for this one on the Mounjaro support group on Facebook. I haven't tried any other ones. This one has worked really well for me. You do need to keep it refrigerated. There it is, a little closer up. The second thing is also 2 items. In the beginning of my journey, and actually even before I started my journey, I was taking magnesium. So this is the one I was taking. It's called Ultra Mag, and it worked really well as far as helping to keep me regular. This one actually has, I think, 3 different kinds of magnesium in it. So anyway, this one worked really well for me. These last couple weeks with bumping up to the 10 milligram and skipping over the 7.5, I've been having a much bigger issue. This magnesium wasn't really doing it for me, so I ended up switching to Miralax. This is the Costco size. Both of these items I take at night. I do not take them together. So once I switched over to the Miralax, this is all that I'm taking right now. Once the issues are getting better, I'll probably switch back over to the magnesium because I think that taking magnesium is important. It also helps with sleep and a bunch of other things. So I really do enjoy taking the magnesium, but this Miralax has really helped with the severe constipation. The third thing is protein. This is the Fairlife protein shakes. This is the salted caramel flavor, which is my favorite flavor. I do use this every single day as a coffee creamer. It works really well. I've really been enjoying it. A nice little way to boost protein. I've heard that they're really good just by themselves too. And then this is another protein that I use. This is Pro Mix. This particular one is a pasture-raised casein protein. I also have one by the same brand that is flavored vanilla, and it is a whey isolate protein. The casein protein I will use when I'm baking it into stuff. Because it's unflavored, it has no sugar or sweetener at all. The vanilla whey isolate does have a monk fruit sweetener, and that one's really good in smoothies. 4 is an insulated cup. This is my favorite one. It's a Stanley. It's pretty big. I am almost positive that this holds 40 ounces. This gets me pretty close to hitting my minimum of 48 ounces a day. Having one more glass of water will finish me up. Also, because it narrows down at the bottom, it fits really good into the cup holders of my coffee. 5 is water flavoring. So these are the 2 main ones that I use. This one is by far my favorite. It's just the Mio, and it's the sweet tea flavor. It's just, you flip it open, and then it just squirts into the water. These are 0 calories and no sugars or anything like that. And then these are just the Gatorade Zero flavor packets. So good if you need some extra electrolytes. I think you are supposed to mix these in with 16.8 ounces or something like that, but that's a little too sweet for me. So sometimes I'll just add one of these to like a whole 40-ounce bottle of water. Sometimes I just want a little bit of flavor, and that will work really well for me. So I have a couple different flavors of these as well. Number 6 is go-to meals. For me, it's really important to have quick, easy go-to meals that when I'm not really feeling like cooking what I had planned to cook, or if I didn't come up with a meal plan at all, that I have the ingredients and have it in my tracker, because I'll basically group it as a meal. And so then I just put in the name of the meal and it automatically tracks everything. A couple go-to meals for me for breakfast is cottage cheese with some kind of fruit on top. Normally it's like mandarin oranges or just regular orange. Sometimes I'll dice up an apple and throw that on top. If I don't have any fresh fruit, which is not very common, I'll take the canned pears that are in 100% fruit juice and put some of those on top. That's a really good breakfast for me that I enjoy and higher in protein. A lunch staple for me that I've been making quite a lot lately is whole wheat bow tie pasta, Tyson blackened chicken strips. They're in the freezer section. I get mine from Fred Meyer, which could be called Kroger where you're at. Frozen peas, which I just defrost under cold water. 1 tablespoon of regular mayonnaise, and then 30 grams of plain yogurt. And then I add salt and pepper, and I just mix it up as like a pasta, chicken, and pea salad. It's really good. I really enjoy it. 7 is a food scale. This is the one that I have. This is the OXO brand. I really like this because it has a nice big readout, and then also this pulls out. So if you put like a big mixing bowl on here or something, a lot of times the bowl will like overhang or the plate, and it's hard to read the readout. So you can pull this out and still read it. It just has like a little cord here that attaches it, and I really like this scale. It does both pounds, ounces, and then kilograms and grams. A lot of times when I'm just mixing everything into a bowl, I prefer to just weigh it on this food scale instead of getting out like spoons and getting something else dirty. I tell you, I put everything on the scale, including my coffee in the morning. I set my big insulated cup on here. I measure out my 12 ounces of coffee. I measure out my 2 ounces of Fairlife. I really think that it is important to measure and track your food. Number 8 is my Fitbit or an activity tracker. I think that any activity tracker will do. As I've been trying to increase my movement and activity, doing the walking challenge this month, it's just been kind of nice to see my steps increase and see my activity increase and be paying more attention to that. Number 9, this one is also a twofer, but it is a scale. So this is actually a Bluetooth scale that connects to an app. Every morning when I wake up after I use the restroom, I hop on the scale. It does like the body fat and lean mass and all that stuff. I do find it interesting to watch it, and especially with the lean body mass, I don't really want to see that dropping. It has dropped these last 3 months, which is why I've started incorporating some exercise. And then also in conjunction with weighing yourself, it is a body measuring tape. From the beginning of my journey, have been measuring different body parts and tracking that. I only do that once a month. At the end of my first month and the end of my second month, I posted those results for you. If you'd like to go back and look at those videos, I'll try and tag them for you. At the end of my third month, which is the end of this week, I will do it again. I don't think that it's always all about the scale, and I think that a lot of times, even if you don't see the scale moving significantly, you'll see inches being lost. Number 10 is my doctor and dietitian. This is the first time that I've worked with a doctor and dietitian, and it has really made a huge difference. It's the comfort of knowing that I have someone that I can go to with any questions or concerns, what's working, what's not working. For instance, this month I did go on and let him know that I did have quite a bit more side effects on the 10 milligram, and that I did not feel comfortable going up to the next dose. So I am actually going to stay on the 10 milligram for another month. That feels right to me, and it's nice to be able to have that discussion with him, even if it's on just a chat over the computer. And then the dietitian has really been such a big blessing. I probably wouldn't go through another weight loss journey. Hopefully I never have to without having a dietitian, because it's just really been so beneficial. Bonus item, if you know, you know. Squatty potty. I'm not really going to go into too much detail on that one, but yes, it's been very helpful, and I will also post the link down below if you'd like to get one of these little gems. So those are the 10 things that have been the most helpful to me on my journey so far. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope some of these items were helpful, and maybe items that you didn't know about that might be able to help you on your journey. Until next week for the end of my month 3 results, I will see you then. Bye.